Guys, yeah, you read the title right. How to grow a square tomato. Now I know that when I put the title on there, I thought a lot of people are going to think, okay, what kind of weird hoax is he trying to play on us? But trust me, it's not a hoax. And I don't live near a nuclear power plant, so this is not some genetically altered or, like like a GMO tomato or anything like that. It's not been in a lab that's been created. It's just regular tomato. And I will show you how to grow them square. Now, not square foot garden, not like that Bartholomew, whoever it was that kind of started that whole square foot gardening method. It's not that. The actual tomato should, if I do everything correctly, turn out square. It's kind of a guessing game because you're going to have to figure out about what size the end result is as far as the size of your tomato, and then you're going to have to go from there. And when you do it multiple times, you'll kind of get it. You'll get a system down, and you'll understand how exactly it works, and you should be able to get a nice square tomato almost every time. Okay, so first let me explain the concept here. What's happening is I'm taking a box, a square box, and I'm encasing a tomato inside of a plastic square box. And as the tomato grows, it hits the outsides of the box, it feels resistance, and then it will change course and move along the inside of the box. In other words, what it won't do, it won't just keep trying to push until it eventually dies. What it should do is go to the end, square itself up, and then completely encase this box here. Now the trick is to make the box smaller than the final size of the tomato, because you want this tomato to, like, say you have a 1-inch tomato here. These are cherry tomatoes, and so what you don't want to do is make a 1-inch box, because it'll go to the ends and then it'll stop. So you want to make the box considerably smaller, and this is where the guessing game comes in. Because if you have like a 2-inch, if you want to do it on a bigger one, take a 2-inch tomato, then you might want to make a 1.5-inch box, because you want that extra growth to happen to fill up the box. So this is part of the whole guessing game. So you're going to have to play around. Now what you could do is build different size boxes and then attach them, and then you might get lucky. So let me show you. What I did was I took I bought some candy in a little tub, in a little plastic tub, and I had the container left. And I don't have another one here. But anyways, I've got this plastic here, and it's fairly thick. And this is what I'm using, and I'm going to cut it out of this. And so it's fairly medium weight. So when I've got this box together and I tape it, it's fairly stiff. Whatever you can find laying around the house. Now this one here is 1.5 inches. What it is basically is I've got 4 across, and then I've got 3 down here. And then so when I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and on the one end I've got a notch, and this notch is for the vine to go through. So what you do is you cut this out. Now I don't have a template, because this is really easy to make. You just 4 squares exactly the same, and then put 2 extra ones on the outside. The reason why I didn't have a template to download is because every tomato is going to be a different size, and if I put the template out there, people are going to just cut that template out and say, oh, that's got to work. But it really depends on the size of your tomato. Anyways, what you're going to do is where these intersect, where these lines are, that's where you're going to fold it. Okay, so I'm going to bring you in. I'm going to draw it on here, and then I'm going to cut this out. And the one I'm going to do on here is for the smaller one inside the house. It's going to be about 1 inch. Okay, so I cut out this one here. Yeah, I know I got really careless with the Sharpie, but I couldn't find my fine point Sharpie, so just disregard all these mistakes. But anyways, this one here is for a small cherry tomato that I have growing in my kitchen window. And these are almost 1 inch. It's 7/8 of an inch. That's the average size of, actually the average size of the tomatoes are about 1 inch. So I'm going just about 1/8 of an inch smaller. It'll give it room to grow inside. But like I said before, this is something that you're going to have to play around with and just test it. Make a bunch of different sizes. So basically, I'm gonna fold these at the lines, and then as I do this, you'll see I've got this one here, and I'll just tape these where they meet. And this is a pretty stiff plastic that I'm using. but you know, of course, a thinner plastic is going to be easier to bend, but I wanted it to be nice and stiff. That way the tomato meets a lot of resistance. Okay, that'll kind of give you an idea. And then I'm going to go ahead and just use, I'm going to use Scotch tape because Scotch tape is clear, and that way I can see through it. But you can probably use any kind of tape, but I like to see through. I like to use clear tape. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to tape this, all 4 of these sides up, and then I'm going to put this on the tomato, put the vine through this little notch I cut out, and then tape it into a square box. Okay, so let's go over to the little cherry tomato plant I have and attach this. Okay, so I hope my camera is focusing. Now I've got this one that I put on here about a week or so ago, and it's just now starting to touch the plastic around the edges. So I'll give that another probably couple weeks, and I'm guessing that these clusters should start turning red. That's the that's the plan. So anyways, I took this box that I made right here, let me see if I can show you, and I taped up every corner except the top. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to attach this to one. Now it's very hard to attach these boxes to ones that are in a cluster. I mean, you can try to pull it up, pull the tomato up and attach it, but you run the risk of dropping it off. So what I'm going to do is, there are some here that are brand new that just came out. Like I've got one here. I don't know if you can see it. Let me try to adjust this camera. I'm zoomed in a little bit because my counter space, I'm kind of going over the counter space. So if you can see, this one here is all by itself. So let me try to adjust that. There we go. Hopefully the camera is focusing. I can't tell by that little viewfinder. I can't tell by, what the heck is it called? That little LCD screen. Okay, so I went and slid the stem through it, and then I'm going to go ahead and attach this with a little bit of tape. Let me grab my tape. Now hopefully this is going to be one of the larger tomatoes on this plant. Okay, and you want to make sure that when you do this that you don't tape the stem accidentally, because you want that stem to be able to grow. Let's get this on here like this, like that. Now I know it's not pretty, and it's probably more of a parallelogram than it is a square, because but I think this one will do fine. See all that space in there that's still left to grow. So I'm going to leave that one, and within just a few days it's probably going to look like this one here. And yeah, this one doesn't have too much longer, I believe, and it'll start squaring up. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll make another video once these start growing and expanding, whether or not they do well. I mean, if they do well or not, I'm still going to make another video to try to test this out. Okay, so we're going to give it a go. I mean, the laws of physics would suggest that it's going to work just fine, but don't forget there's a human element involved. Me. But there's a potential for this thing to just completely go south on me and just completely screw. So anyways, we're going to give it a go and see if it works out. So if any of you guys attempt this, let me know. Go to our website and leave a comment there, or go to this YouTube channel and leave a comment and leave a link or something. And you can also go out to our forum. From our website, there's a link up on the right hand side that says forum. So click on that, and that'll take you to the forum, and join the forum and post links or whatever to this. So anyways, I appreciate all you guys watching, and like I said before, I'll keep you guys updated. I'll shoot a video every few days, and if any drastic changes take place, I'll let you guys know. All right, even if it just goes completely sour and it doesn't work, I'll still let you guys know. But I think it's going to work. We're gonna keep our fingers crossed, right? All right, thanks for watching, guys. We'll catch you later.